Hello, past clients, current clients, and future clients. I'm Rebecca Lindquist, the speech, voice, and accent coach in the Bay Area. And I'd like to share Snafu number 3 with you, which in my opinion is not warming up your voice. Now, I think the reason people don't warm up their voice is they might not know how. But in addition to that, many people feel when I mention the word sing that they have to be professional singers. There's something about thinking, ooh, I don't sing well enough. That's not something I want to do. And I always encourage people that you can sing in your car when you're driving alone, you're stuck in traffic, you can sing in the shower. But the idea of warming up your voice is to allow sounds to be long and full and resonant so that when it does come time to speak, you sound better. So I'd like to share with you my own warm-up, and it's very simple, but I do the same warm-up every time I have to speak. The first thing to think about is grounding. Now, you don't have to do it exactly the way I'm doing it, but I'll share it with you in case you'd like to pull some elements from my warm-up for yours. This concept of grounding is really connecting through your feet. So just notice, and if you're standing, it's easier. So I recommend sitting down because think how many times you're going to be in a meeting and you won't be able to stand up because everyone else is sitting down. So this idea that if you stand up, you'll sound better might be nice if you're standing, but if you're not, what are you going to do? So let's practice speaking while we're seated. So you take a chair, any chair, and the key to this is make sure you're not leaning back into the chair. You step away or move away, in this case, because we're seated, from the chair and connect through your feet. Your spine will get a little bit longer. So I'm going to go back so you can see where I started. Do you see how I'm getting smaller and sinking? So the idea is that you connect through your sit bones, so you'll feel your connection to the chair. You feel your feet in an L shape. So your knees should be in alignment with your hips and your feet. So it's actually making that L shape as opposed to taking your feet and putting them just anywhere. Notice, even though you can't see my feet, you know my posture has changed. Posture is a big part of speech. So you truly want to connect through your feet, get long in the spine. Now from here I cross my thumbs. You can cross them either way, really doesn't matter, but what you want to do is cross and lift. And as you're lifting, just notice what your neck is doing. So I have a lot of clients who at this point start to do this. That's okay if that's happening, but the goal is to take this as an opportunity to see if you can get longer in the spine, and remember you're going to still ground, press into your feet, come all the way around if you can. If you're in pain, stop here. The golden rule is 10%. So you want 10% change. You don't want 80% or you could end up with neck or back pain. So just stop wherever it's comfortable for you. I'm going to come back here, and some people that I've worked with can actually come back here right away and see if you can get your elbows to come back. So we're just inviting the elbow to be behind the body. The idea is that as I now come around and bring my elbows behind my back, my shoulders should be behind my midline. So if I were to draw a line down my body, my shoulders would be on that side of the line, not this side of the line. And then from here, the arms come around like you're serving a big platter, and your shoulders stay back. If your shoulders are coming forward, it just means you really need this exercise. So then you do it again. You cross the thumbs and come back. I recommend doing this one very slowly, maybe even 100 times a day, until you can fully reset your body. Now remember, we're still grounding. And I keep mentioning that because for me, my feet want to come up a little bit. So you might need to adjust your chair, but make sure you're truly putting weight a third on your heel, a third on the side, and a third in the top, the two toes, so the big toe and the second toe on both feet. You press in, you get taller, and this keeps your voice more grounded so you can do more with it. From here, you want to start making sounds. And a lot of people say to me, how do I know if I'm doing the right sounds or if I'm warming up in the right way? The idea is anything that feels comfortable to you. It should not feel painful. It shouldn't feel like you're squeezing or compressing. It doesn't mean that every sound you make is beautiful. So I would start by keeping it simple. Just make vowel sounds. And what you might also do is start by humming. So if you hum before you make a vowel sound, it just helps you in a sense tune your instrument. And to me, we are all instruments. Some people are piccolos, some people are guitars, some people are tubas. So everybody sounds a little different. So the first thing to start with is just humming to find your resonant pitch, like this. And as you hum, can you really feel a light vibration, not a squeezing? So you want to avoid a lot of squeezing like, that's too much tension and compression. So instead, you just want to let the sound go. And as you do that, notice the pitch that you're at and see if you can continue at that pitch, like this. Good morning, everybody. That's your resonant pitch. You might start with that and then start making some vowel sounds. Sounds like E, ah, ooh, oh. Notice I'm not telling you how long to make them or what pitch to use. I would lead with the hum and just make the sounds, let them flow. Now another part to warming up besides grounding is make sure that you've got some movement in your body. It's not just about making sounds and about posture. You want to make sure you're not stiff. So you might roll out your shoulders. You might come back to this movement. You might also just come back to sort of a wave in the shoulder and make sure the movement is originating from the shoulder, not the hands. So this is hand and arm movement with the shoulders doing nothing. It's often nice to actually roll the shoulder and let the movement come from the shoulder because that's going to help relax the whole area from your mouth all the way down to your diaphragm, allowing you to warm up more effectively. You can warm up standing, you can warm up lying down, but warming up seated is just an interesting way to do it. So again, sharing my warm-up with you, I often start with all these pieces, and then I make sounds, like vowel sounds, but you can also open the back of your throat. And when you do so, you want to think about a reverse megaphone. So that is, the mouth is only so big, but how wide can the back of your throat get? So back to the movement we did earlier, can you add the with a jaw drop, like this? Now, if you don't have a very strong, that is, you don't hear much sound, try lifting your tongue to your upper teeth and dropping your jaw like this on the inhale, then drop your tongue on the exhale. For most people, you'll get a stronger sound. And then let's do that again. Ground through the feet, all the way around with crossed thumbs, long neck, take your time, come forward, and then start singing and move the arms. E, ah, ooh. You could sing with the radio. You could sing partial sounds. What I mean by that is instead of trying to sing a song and remember all the lyrics and all of this tension that you have to do it perfectly, let go of all of that and just make sounds like ooh, ee, ah. All of this is warming up your voice. So I'd like to inspire you to start simple. Just do something that's considered a warm-up by grounding, breathing, and making sounds. You want to do all of that before you go in for voice coaching because you'll get so much more out of it if you're already warming up before you start. And then once you're ready, come in and talk to me about changing your accent, working on your voice, or your speech so that you can show up as powerfully as possible in the corporate world.